right, and get ready for this, folks, because this is the Bob Chapman special today, brought to you by Robbie Noel. Oh, I got a drum roll.
Tuesday Bob Chapman special. By the way, let me just throw this in. I don't have many of them. I actually have 15 rolls of American Silver Eagles. When they're gone, they're gone. It's not included in the Chapman special. They're $410 a roll. First come, first serve on those. But the Chapman special today is the French Rooster. It's coin minted between 1899 and 1914. And for those who don't know, the French Rooster continues to stand as a proud emblem of the fighting spirit of liberty and independence. These are 0.1867 ounces, a fifth of an ounce of pure gold, $238 a piece. Order 20 or more for $4,760 and receive a year subscription to the International Forecaster or an extension, plus a fine ceramic mug, if they are available, courtesy of RBN by calling 1-800-691-7898.
You keep getting the gold and the silver, and we'll keep getting the mugs, and Bob will keep pumping out his newsletter.
There you go.
That's the deal. All right, so that's $47.60. That includes shipping, year's extension, or a subscription, 1-year subscription to Bob Chapman's International Forecaster. And if you got a mug, folks, want another mug? Okay, well, how about this one? If you're a subscriber to the archives to the network, as many as you would like, say you've got 5 or 10 friends you've been telling about the program, and you are an archive subscriber, just email Sandra at republicbroadcasting.org, and for a 30-day period, we will give them a free archive, 30-day archive. They can go up there and listen to all the programs till their heart's content. So call Robbie at 800-691-7898. All right, let's squeeze in another call here. And, Renee, thank you for your call. You're a pretty bright lady, and she gets it. Bill in Indiana. Hello, Bill.
And thank you very much. Hi, guys.
Hi.
A couple questions for Bob, please. Bob, the world holds about 2/3 of its reserve currencies in the form of U.S. dollars, correct?
It's 64.5% to be exact.
Okay, 65%. How much, Bob, is that in dollar terms? How much is that in today's nominal terms?
Gee, I can't answer that.
Okay.
I know it's approximately 70% of the physical dollars outstanding.
Okay, okay. Well,
and I know that foreigners own about $3.2 trillion worth of treasuries, and then they also own agency securities, and that could take it up another couple of trillion. So, and then they have investments in the United States. So, it's a very large figure.
My question, Bob, my follow-up question to that then is, what's going to happen, Bob, when we know the world is turning its back on the U.S. dollar as a reserve currency? When that happens, that means they get rid of their dollars and their dollar-denominated assets. Those dollars go somewhere, don't they, Bob? Where do they go when they get rid of them? They come back.
They come back to the United States.
Is that going to be is that going to be like a secondary inflation tsunami for America when that happens?
It's called the double whammy.
That's what I'm preparing for, and I hope everybody is, because it's coming.
Well, and I'll tell you
what.
what.
It's going to come fast.
And, Bill, I'll tell you what, people I'm talking to nowadays, this is no vast right-wing conspiracy. They can feel the heat. And what I give them is a cool drink of water to put out their fire. And I told them, I said, move judiciously, don't panic, but start preparing as if it ain't going to be around next month or into next year. And do it now. They're most receptive. Bill, do you have anything else?
I just want to say God bless Republic Broadcasting for getting the information out to the good people here.
Thank you, Bill. We'll be right back, folks. We can take America back, folks, by getting rid of the financial terrorists and those that support them, our Congress critters in Washington, D.C., that have allowed the Fed Reserve to operate as a private corporation and steal your wealth for almost 100 years. Would you like me to repeat that? No, I think you heard me the first time. Second hour of the National Intel Report on this 6th day of October, 2009. And let's continue with your calls with Robert Chapman and Robbie Noel and yours truly, John Statmiller. Rob in Minnesota. Hello, Rob.
Hello, John. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Bob and Robbie. Say, back during the election cycle, I had called in and related a story of my encounter with Norm Coleman. During that encounter, it was when Bush had started the banker bailout ball rolling downhill, and I asked Norm about the $8.9 trillion, and he made a comment of, well, just because we issued that amount of money doesn't mean the president has to spend it. And I think John made a comment about crack addicts or something like that. So anyway, another thing I asked during that time, I relayed a story about that I'd heard on one of the Patriot stations here about buying gasoline for $0.25, and of course I pulled a silver dollar out of my pocket, and at the time silver had been trading for $16 an ounce, and gasoline was $4 a gallon, and of course that makes a quarter a gallon. And today, silver is over 17 an ounce, and locally here gasoline is $2.34. So, Bob, what's going on? Has Wall Street invented some kind of strange, exotic spread trade between oil and gold and silver, or should we all be out filling our waste cans and everything else full of gasoline because it's going to go up soon?
Well, everybody has their opinion on the market, and oil and gasoline prices could very well go up in the future just due to inflation. And so, and inflation is going to get considerably worse than it was a year and a half to 2 years ago. And so some people, let's take the price of natural gas. I just made a recommendation 3 weeks ago at $2.50 an MCF. I said buy. It closed close to $5 today. I told people in the issue that's coming out tomorrow, if you were long those contracts, sell them, or at least put a stop behind them in here, and try to sell between 5 and 5.30. There is an absolute boatload of natural gas available. The price should not be where it's at. Why is it there? Speculation. And part of it's caused by these ETFs, exchange-traded funds. And the same thing happens in gasoline and in oil as well. I know that Goldman Sachs is long oil and gasoline right now. They think it's going higher. Maybe it will. But commodities are used as a store of value, just like gold and silver are. And so when you have inflation, they go up. But when you have deflation, gold for sure will hold its own and maybe go up like double like it did in the early 1930s. Silver, we don't know yet because we've never had silver in short supply like it is today in other markets in the past. And so the jury is out on that one.
Rob, hold
on. But gold and silver are the way to go.
We got a break. Rob, if you got a follow-up, hang on. We'll carry you through the break. We'll be right back. 800-313-9443.
Get ready for Real Talk Radio. You're listening to the National Intel Report with your host, John Statmiller.
I guess we answered Rob's questions. We'll move to Dave in Arizona. Hello, Dave.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Question for Bob. Today, silver went up, I believe, about 76 cents. How high does he see it going in the short term and the long term?
Well, I think in the short term it's going to test the high at just over $20. And once that's surmounted, I think it could run to 35. It depends in part what gold does, too. I think this move in gold's going to 16 to 1700. I think it'll back and fill, and it's going to be fairly quickly. It'll back and fill probably to $1,450, $1,500. And the next launch next year should be to $2,500 to $3,000. Where would that put silver? It's hard to say. It certainly would be over $50. Maybe it would be $100. Maybe it would be more. Silver's a hard one to call. What do you think, Rob?